Hey there, crafty friends, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited for today's video. I know you guys have been waiting on this video, trust me, but I really want to break down how simple it is to convert a regular Epson printer into your next and future sublimation printer. The first thing I do want to say is when choosing your Epson model, that is completely up to you. I started with the Epson 2800. It's been a sublimation printer for the past almost 2 years already. I use her non-stop. At the time when I first wanted to get into sublimation, I was in a really tight budget, so this is all I could really afford. So this one back then was less than $200, and still to this day I see that this printer still goes for about $189, $179, $200. Usually on Amazon you get a really good deal. But the key takeaway is that you need to get yourself an Epson, okay? So remember, Epson printers aren't built to be a sublimation printer. I'm gonna teach you in this video how to convert it into a sublimation printer. And just to answer some very common questions, yes, there are printers in the market that are also known as sublimation printers. One of the most popular brands is like the Sawgrass printers, but not everybody has a budget for that. They're usually more on the higher end side. These little Epsons do the job completely, and they're very cost friendly, so you could spend more money on getting blanks and actually doing things. Now I will tell you, my next sublimation printer will definitely be the 15,000. That model is great only because it gives you really wide prints and really long prints. Truly, still to this day, I don't really use huge prints when it comes to sublimation, so this is perfect for me. But I just wanted to put it out there. And don't worry, in the description below I'll make sure to put every single model that I think is really worth it, including mine. Alrighty, so once you receive your Epson brand new in the mail, whether you get it from Amazon or Best Buy or any local office supply store, this is very important. This is probably the most important part of this whole process. As soon as you unbox your Epson comes completely blank, as in there's no ink inside of the Ecotank here. It actually comes with the ink separate in little bottles. The number one step I need you to do is the bottles of ink that comes with this Epson printer, I need you to grab them and put it away. I'm not saying throw it away, but just put them away. I do not want you guys getting confused and putting the wrong ink inside. This is crucial. So now this leaves you with just like a naked printer, right? So just the printer with, of course, the cords. Now this is the fun part of unboxing things. Take your time, take off all the little pieces of tape. There's going to be tape everywhere, and here, inside. Just take your time and take off all of that tape. You don't need that at all. Now, of course, to make it a sublimation printer, we need sublimation ink. I could honestly recommend this brand to you 1,000 times because truly my prints are phenomenal. I think that their colors are just amazing. They're very vibrant. I love Hippo ink. Now, I will tell you, I've heard amazing things from different companies like Cosmo Ink and others. Me personally, on this page, I will always recommend only things that I have personally used, and I cannot recommend this anymore. This is called Hippo ink. When it comes down to Hippo ink, they have different options on Amazon. I will make sure to link this exact one because this is the one I usually buy like over and over again. But pretty much these are the 4 ink bottles that you will receive. Another thing that I really love about the Hippo ink brand is that their packaging is actually made for Epson. So the way that they did their toppers to fill in the ink is made for Epson. We don't have to use any syringes or any droplets to input the ink. It just truly made our lives way more simple. I actually still have a lot left over. So now I'm going to bring you guys in a little bit closer. I'm going to teach you exactly how we're going to input these inks inside of our brand new Ecotanks. So excited. Alrighty, crafty friends, now we're super up and close and personal to my Epson. Again, remember that my Epson is not brand new, but this is the same motion that you're going to do step by step. It's time to convert your sublimation printer. So if you notice here, the Ecotank inks are right here, right? So your brand new Epson will not have any color here at all because I have old ink in here, but yours will be brand new. If we turn this printer a little bit, you'll notice that there's a little section here that has like a little dent. So this is just like a very easy way to just grab it and pull it down. Once I pull this down, you'll notice that there are 4 different levels here, right? And each and every single one has a designated color, and you could definitely tell by the magenta, the blue, the yellow, and the black. Watch how easy it is to disperse the ink inside of here, okay? First things first, I want you to work color by color, okay? Very important. It happens sometimes when we're excited, we're in a rush, and maybe we put the wrong color in the wrong slot. I don't want that happening to you guys, so let's do one at a time. There's no rush here, okay? Alrighty, so let's first start off with the color blue, which is this one right here, and you'll notice a blue little tag here. I'm gonna go ahead, and there's a little lever here, just poke it up. You see how it just pops out, very easy. And then it has like a little area that has like a half circle. So this is my ink bottle from Hippo Ink. I also want you guys to always shake your inks before putting it into your printer. Always make sure to do that. We're gonna go ahead and take off this cap, and notice here, the same top of this bottle matches the exact one here. So all you're gonna do is go ahead and put this directly on top and kind of give it a little push down. To hear that little clack, since you have a brand new Epson, you're gonna start hearing like little bubble noises, which is pretty much just the ink flowing down into the cavity. Once it's done, and once I visually see that the blue ink is filled all the way, I'm gonna remove it. For a brand new printer, this will probably take up the whole bottle. And once you're done doing that, all you have to do is go ahead and put this back, press down, and you're done with the blue. Now move on to every single color. Take your time. Again, remember, make sure you're putting the right color into the right slot, okay? Oh, congratulations, you just officially transformed your Epson into a regular schmegler printer into a sublimation printer. There's only one step that we have left, which is going to be the printing settings. How to use your print settings when you're ready to start printing with your sublimation printer. And of course, when it comes to doing sublimation projects, if you're using your sublimation printer with sublimation ink inside of it, you need sublimation paper. You cannot use just a regular piece of copy paper. Sublimation paper is a very specialized paper that pretty much holds a really good amount of the ink in it, like that when you're ready to press it on a cup, a mug, a shirt, whatever projects you plan on doing, it gives a really good ink release. This is the one true brand I have used since I first started sublimating. I have stayed with this brand forever. A-Sub. Even the box looks a little rough, I'm sorry, but again, this is pure transparency here. I only show you guys things I have personally used. Now I will tell you a little secret. I am testing waters, right? So I bought 2 other companies sublimation paper, and I'm actually putting it to the test to see how they press, how the ink releases. So please stay tuned for that next video. I'm actually really excited for that, so make sure that you're subscribed and you have your notification bell on. That's gonna be a really fun video. Alrighty guys, so now I'm gonna screen share my Mac computer. I'm gonna show you what printing settings I always use every single time that I print. Thankfully, we're using such good quality sublimation ink that I don't have to play around with my color settings whatsoever, but it's very important that you know how to print and what print settings the paper should be on when you start doing projects, because that part is extremely important. Alrighty, crafty friends, so we're here live on my Mac computer. This is one of the images that my mom was printing out to use for some of her tumblers. So first things first, let's go to the printer section. Always make sure that you have the correct printer selected. I have several printers, so here's a little tip. If you go here to the settings, you could actually rename your printer. So maybe you have like 2 different Epsons. You could actually rename this one to, for example, your sublimation printer or your regular eco solvent printer, whatever you want. So this is a really good pro tip for those of you who struggle to try to remember which printer is which. It used to happen to me all the time, trust me. So now that I showed you guys this, let's go back to the printing settings. And I for sure have my correct printer selected. We're gonna scroll down. So let's talk about this section here. For the copies, make sure if you only want to print one, just have it on one. What's really important here is the paper size, right? So make sure that you have the correct paper size for the sublimation paper that you're using. I always use the US letter, which is 8.5 by 11. That's the most common one. If you keep on going down, there's a section that shows you about scale to fit, print entire image. This is, be careful with this. So sometimes we download images from like Creative Fabrica that they're already preset to print in that exact size. But if you're playing with something at home or with your own design, you could play around with that to blow it up or shrink it. Now this is the key part, media and quality. Every time that you sublimate with sublimation paper, you need to have it in some type of matte paper setting. Different computers say different things. It has to be on matte and it has to be on best quality. Usually computers change that automatically. If yours doesn't, just make sure that it's on matte paper. It could say photo, presentation, premium matte paper, just matte, and on best quality. Now remember, pro tip, when we start doing tumblers that have wording on it, right, if you're pressing something, it has to be reversed, kind of like in the Cricut world when you mirror things. So that this is when I would go ahead and put flip horizontally, because it pretty much mirrors the whole design. If I wouldn't do that and I would press it on my tumbler, the tumbler would actually read all confusing and wrong. It would be reversed. So if it's something that you're gonna press on that has wording, always make sure you have that little tab chosen, and then just click print and you are done. Alrighty, crafty friends, so I really hope you enjoyed this YouTube tutorial of how to convert your regular Epson printers into sublimation printers. I told you it was super easy. This is my official welcome to the sublimation world, where we do non-stop projects, where we make amazing things personalized. Truly, when you start sublimating, you start noticing how you start using your Cricut a little bit less, and it's actually insane. When you start sublimating, it's just so much fun. You don't have so many limits. It's so much faster and easier to do project. I have so many great YouTube videos coming up. I have one where I'm going to talk everything sublimation blanks, how to get them, where the best ones are. We're going to also be doing step-by-step projects together, especially since the holidays are just around the corner. Whether we're making shirts or cups or tumblers or puzzles or keychains or aprons or tote bags, there's so many things that we're gonna do with the world of sublimation. Just wait for it. Thank you again for watching this whole YouTube video. Every single item that I discussed today, do not worry, I will have it linked for you in the description below. Alrighty, crafty friends, so definitely make sure that you're subscribed to my channel. Give this video a big thumbs up, a comment, share it to a crafty friend. Let me know in the comments if you consider yourself a beginner, a pro, hanging in there type of sublimator. Thank you for all of the support. Love you guys. Mwah.